Hello, this is teddygaming here, and welcome back to another breakdown video. And in this one, we're going to be looking at the tmnt, the Armageddon game, the issue number 5. So yeah, I haven't done one of these in quite a while for the Armageddon game. That's only because I was waiting for a cover just so that there'll be a bit more to actually talk about, because the description only gives you so much. And for the covers, I mean, it wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. It was the 110 variant, and again, there's not really too much to talk about there really in breaking it down, but there was a little bit of just like, well, that changed quite a bit. So like, there's a little bit there. So yeah, let's actually get into this one and actually break down the description. Wildcards. As the unexpected events in Dimension X and Dimension Z play out for Michelangelo, Leonardo and the Shredder, the Armageddon game on Earth continues to spiral out of control for Donatello, Jennifer and Raphael. For both heroes and villains alike, the rules continue to change, as new players are introduced to the Rat King's nefarious game of control of the world, and now the remainders of the Phantom siblings are paying attention to the cataclysm their trickster brother has wrought. Will the immortal demigods remain on the sidelines, or will they be the next wildcards added to the already chaotic deck? Writer Tom Waltz, tmnt The Last Ronin, and artist Vincent Frederick, I'm pretty sure I said it wrong, sorry, Red Sonja, are your game masters, as we kick off the second bombastic half of the tmnt, the Armageddon game. Okay, so yeah, there's quite a bit to really break down here. So I feel like the first part is that I start off the discussion with actually saying wild cards, so I'm not exactly too sure on who these like wild cards actually are. I mean, guess it could honestly be anyone really. This could be new characters which we don't really know about, or old characters which, again, we don't really know what they're doing. So it's gonna be interesting to see who these wild cards are, but I guess we'll find out as we go along with the game. So with the unexpected events which take place in Dimension X and Z for Mikey, Leo and Shredder, again, I'm not exactly too sure what they could be. I mean, with the Mikey stuff in Dimension X, I think we are currently with him. I mean, he just finished his stuff up with Torben 6 and No Posse and all those. So they're going back to Earth, so I'm not exactly too sure what could potentially be happening with him. Maybe something could potentially attack his ship and, you know, he gets stranded somewhere. I guess that's the only sort of problem I can see with that. Or guess maybe it could have something to do with Princess Tribe, I think that's her name, and all the like legal royal problems it could have. I feel like that may be the only real problems with Mikey that I could have. With Leonardo and Shredder, with all their stuff, with Shibray and some other stuff, I'm not exactly too sure what to really expect, because I haven't really got anything about those two yet, and I feel like we're going to begin most of that stuff with those two characters in issue 4. So again, I'm not exactly too sure what sort of like problems and unexpected events could be like happening with those two. So I guess we'll find out. But then we do got the like the events spiraling out of control for Raph, Donnie and Jenica. I feel like that sort of stuff is, again, that's also going to be like a wait and see type situation, as in the most recent issues we got some stuff which was just like, so this is really moving the story in this direction. So I'm not exactly too sure like how it's going to affect those three characters, just because the events are continuing playing out and things are getting drastically worse for all of them. So this is going to be a wait and see type situation, which I'm really looking forward to see how it does play out. The next bit is where it's saying that new characters are being introduced to the game, and again, I'm not exactly too sure on who they could be talking about, because I got a feeling like for the most part they do have pretty much like every character involved in the game so far. It's like so far except from like the Phantom siblings, but they've been introduced in the next issue. So again, I'm not exactly too sure like what type of characters they could be introducing. I guess maybe like new characters, but that's the case then like who? Because there are like so many new characters which they could introduce, and if it's like a brand new character which is introduced, how are we supposed to know who they are and all that? So it's gonna be interesting to see what new character does get introduced. I would say, oh yeah, I'd like to have this character introduced, but with the way that the Armageddon game is being set up and how things are playing off and all that, I feel it's going to be really hard to be like, oh yeah, I thought it's going to be this new character who's going to be joining. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see who does get involved. But yeah. Okay, so for the last 2 bits from this thing, which still did grab my attention. So the first thing is that saying that the remainder of the Phantom family will be joining in and won't be going on the sidelines anymore. And that really caught me off guard because it says the remainder. Now that would normally imply that a few have died, so who could have possibly died? Because as of right now, we've got Rat King who's involved, Aka and Kitsune, they're not actually in the game just yet. Also like they are, but like not really, they're just like waiting. When you get all the other ones like Toe Baron, Kafanu, Mammoth, Jaguar, pretty sure I'm missing 1 or 2, like they're not doing anything, they're just waiting out. So who could have died? I'm assuming just by those words of the remainder. So I feel that's going to be a really interesting part if they do anything with this, and I do hope they do something with it, and do make it a bit like a, oh my god, I can't believe that character died, and I do actually hope that it is someone sort of important that they do kill off, if they are actually going to kill someone off, because I'm not exactly too sure who really with this. Must admit, this is really interesting now. I would have liked a bit more weight between like the. Oh no, I can't exactly blame the issue because I've definitely left this issue a bit late, but still at the same time, I wish there was a bit more build up to this now. Be like, I wonder who's gonna die. This is actually really interesting. I wonder who will die. Now, the fun thing which I want to break down from this description is the fact that they use the word bombastic. Now, normally this wouldn't really mean too much, but after the last big event, which was the City at War stuff, and they had a bomb and it changed this universe forever, I'm not exactly too sure if anything big's going to happen within this issue or in issue 4. So, I mean, it sounds like as though there's something really big's going to happen either in this issue or the next or issue 4, and I'm not exactly too sure what it could be. I mean, you don't use the word bombastic and just have something really small or something like that. It feels as though there is something really big that's going to happen either in this issue or issue 4, and I'm not exactly too sure what it could be. Sort of confused by it in a way, really intrigued by it, but yeah, you don't really use that type of word for something that like for a really small thing. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think is going to happen either in this issue or issue 4. Okay, so for this issue, they did release one cover for this issue. It was the 1 in 10 variant. They've not released any other covers yet. They haven't released the cover A, B, I think there's a C one as well, or any other exclusive ones. And that also made me wonder why. I wonder if something like really big is going to happen, or it is another spoiler, more characters. I'm really interested in why they haven't released this cover for this issue, and they've released one for issue number 6 for Double Game Games, and that really just makes me wonder why. And with issue number 6, they only released the 110 variant as well, so I really wonder what's happening with that. Really interesting and intriguing me. Either way, we do have this cover. We got Rat King on there. We got Joseph Barlow, Leatherhead, who is now alive. So I wonder if he's going to come back and be normal, or if he's going to be controlled by Jasper Barlow now. So I'm not too sure with that. And then we do have Krang, and it's a bit interesting with this cover, because in a few videos ago I did point out that this artist did release a teaser for this cover, and the original version of this one did have Krang with his body from the 87 show, and now it's been changed to the Metalhead Krang body. So it has really made me wonder a lot of things. Like maybe the 87 Krang body was supposed to be the original Krang new body, and then they changed it, or if this was always, I don't know, like I'm not exactly too sure why they changed it. I don't know if this change was happened afterwards, so I'm not exactly too sure why, and it's all a bit really confusing me. And this is one of those questions which I doubt we will ever know the reason why they changed it. and if anything, I would like them to release the 87 crank body cut of the comic. I thought that'd be a really interesting version of the comic now. But yeah, either way, it does seem really interesting why. But I can't exactly complain too much. I mean, we're getting another cover with the Rat King on it, which just looks amazing. And yeah, this whole cover looks really amazing. The only thing that does, I wouldn't say is bad, but sort of makes me question a little bit, or makes me scratch my head a little bit, wondering why, is Jasper Barlow. He is so small. I know that he is a small character, but it feels though on this cover they did make him just a tad bit too small compared to like Leatherhead and Rat King. But I do guess maybe scaling issues and perspective as well is maybe a big thing that plays into this cover. But at the same time, he does look very small. But I mean, either way, the cover looks amazing. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about all this. Like, with the description, are you looking forward to this issue? Are you not? And also, what do you think is going to happen in this issue? And with the whole Bombastic thing, do you think that something big's going to happen in this issue or issue 4? And if you do, what do you think it could be? I'm sort of lost for words for what it could potentially be, because with this event, anything could potentially happen. But at the same time, not, so who knows really. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you do listen, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.